Welcome to the Dining Out Show. I think you'll find the restaurants on Mount Desert Island are as interesting and as varied as the natural wonders of the area. Come along with me and we'll explore them. Now Dining Out is going to visit Jim Brown at Jordan Pond House. Jordan Pond House is the only restaurant located in Acadia National Park. After a disastrous fire in 1979 destroyed the 150-year-old farmhouse, which became the original Jordan Pond House, the new restaurant opened last year, once again serving tea and popovers on the lawn overlooking Jordan Pond. Jim, now that Jordan Pond House is open for its second season, are you as excited this year about being open as you were last year?
Well, I think perhaps I'm excited a little more than last year. Because it's our second year, we have around 80% of last year's crew returning. It'll make it much easier to carry on Jordan Pond's traditions.
You have some people on your staff that I understand you have brothers and sisters and daughters of old Jordan Pond House staff.
That's right. We have at least, I would say this year, 6 people on our staff whose sisters, brothers, or mothers, aunts, some part of the family have worked here before, and it makes it a lot easier as well.
Going back even into the 50s, huh?
Yes, even to the 50s.
Do you have some international staff this year as you did last year?
Well, we're broadening that part of the staff this year. We have 2 girls coming from Edinburgh, 1st of July. We have a young man coming from France, 1st of July, and about 5 people from Southern England, the 1st of July.
So you really are an international operation this year.
Well, pretty much.
Jim, you've mentioned a few small changes at Jordan Pond House. I assume the traditions which have made Jordan Pond House what it has always been are still there.
Well, yes. We still make our own homemade ice cream. Fresh fruit, heavy cream, the same way, the same recipes. We still serve Jordan Pond House popovers.
With strawberry jam and with butter.
Of course, and on the lawn as well. We still serve afternoon tea, which is, you know, the tea with the 2 teapots, English style, one with hot water, one with hot tea.
You still have lunch on your terrace?
Yes, we still serve luncheon on the porch. Things are pretty much the same that way. Returning to Bar Harbor, our first stop is Bubba's Restaurant and Bar. Located downtown on Cottage Street, Bubba's is owned and operated by the Ellis family.
Bubba's has been in existence for 5 years, Malcolm?
Yes, we started in June of '79. Actually, we lived up here for a few years before that, and there was really nowhere to go for nighttime entertainment. And after spending 2 years around here and not having anything to do, we saw an opportunity to start a business. And what you see now is what we've created over the 5 years.
And what you wanted, it sounds like, was not a traditional bar, but someplace really nice for people to come and sort of relax. And
right. Originally, what had happened was I wanted to create an atmosphere that people could come in and enjoy themselves, which would be the same type of place that I would like to go if I was going out for an evening.
In creating a place similar to what you'd like to come to, you've created a beautiful piece of Art Deco woodwork.
Well, actually, everything in here was done between myself, a good friend of mine, Alex, and everybody else had a helping hand in it. We couldn't have done it just ourselves. But what you see has just been what came through our heads. Nothing was ever written down on paper or drawn out, and as we went along, we just created what you see now.
You said your mother did a lot of the baking, Malcolm.
Yeah, she makes our vanilla and chocolate cheesecake along with a little treat that goes along with all the checks at the end of the meals.
What's that, Mary?
That's a Bubba bake that we serve with the check, and people really seem to enjoy them a lot. When we don't serve them, they surely let us know about it. Some people even come in to buy quite a few, a couple dozen. Yeah, they really enjoy them.
What are the other things do you serve besides the cheesecakes?
Well, we have soups, salads, sandwiches, a variety of gourmet burgers, and we do hickory smoking on the premises.
So it's a place to come and get some nice foods until 8:30, and then a place to come and enjoy your friends around a drink after that.
Yeah.
Sure, we hope everybody that comes does enjoy themselves.
The Town Farm Restaurant, located across from the Village Green, was Bar Harbor's first vegetarian and natural foods restaurant. Leslie Harlow, co-owner of the restaurant, describes the history and features of Town Farm Restaurant for me.
Well, my partner and I bought the building in 1976, and we really didn't know what to do with it after we bought the building. And since it had always been a restaurant, we decided to open a restaurant. And there seemed to be a great need for a place just for people to be able to come to and feel comfortable that they didn't have to leave right away. We weren't a high-pressure sort of situation where people had to leave right away after they ate. So we opened as a vegetarian restaurant, and we opened 24 hours a day, and it was real busy. And
I mean, like today?
Yeah, it's just stayed busy for the last 8 years. It's been quite successful that way.
Leslie, you started out as a vegetarian restaurant and then found that you wanted to add some items for people who were just interested in some variety and interesting kinds of foods. Tell me a little bit about the kinds of foods you serve.
Well, we'd like to be able to cater to both vegetarian eaters and people that are just aware of what they're eating. So we offer everything from hamburgers and roast beef sandwiches to nut burgers to lots of salads. Something we've started exploring the last couple of years are a lot of international dishes. Spanakopita, quiche. We have a number of different dinner entrees that are also international dishes. And one of the things that we've started making a couple of years ago and has gotten a lot of notoriety is our mushroom strudel. And the May issue of Bon Appetit magazine had a little article about it, and they published our recipe from the restaurant in it.
You're also known for your homemade breads and...
Yeah, we make all of our sandwiches and all the omelets that have toast. Everything comes on homemade bread. We have somebody who does all the baking for us. And all of our desserts are homemade. And that's what we pride ourselves in, trying to make everything homemade.
Mich and Donna Hochman, owners of Ryan's Pizza on Cottage Street, migrated to Bar Harbor to escape the hustle and bustle of their native Brooklyn. Mitch's old job as an accountant in Brooklyn had him managing money. Now he manages dough in a more edible form.
You make all your pizzas from scratch, do you, Mich?
Yes, we do. We make our own dough fresh every day, and we cut all our ingredients fresh every day.
This is what I'm waiting to see here. Do you ever drop it?
Never, Ann.
How many pizzas do you think you serve in a year?
Oh, between 15 and 20,000.
No wonder you don't drop it very often. What kinds do you make?
We have all the usual variety, plus our own unusual combinations. We have pizza Sorrentino, which is eggplant and ricotta cheese. We have a ham and pineapple, we call it our Polynesian pizza. We have shrimp pizza and scallop pizza. We have a Devil's Delight, which is hot pepperoni, hot Italian sausage, and sliced hot pepperoni.
So you breathe flames after that
For
one.
those who are daring.
Do it, you know.
Okay. Gonna take one out.
Mich, I understand you make all your own bread as well as your pizzas.
Yes, we do. In fact, I've got a tray ready to come out of the oven now.
And this is what you use for your subs and sandwiches?
Mm-hmm. That's our bread.
Donna, besides subs and pizzas, you have an extensive Italian menu.
Yes, we do. We have a complete line of dinners. We have a veal parmesan dinner, eggplant parmesan dinner. We have lasagna. We have cheese manicotti. We have spaghetti.
And you make up a nice antipasto, too.
Yes, we do. I have one right here. We also have a complete line of salads. I have a tuna salad plate, a chicken salad plate, a vegetarian salad, a chef salad.
Sounds like you cater to almost any taste that walked in your door.
Yes, we do. We have something for everyone.
Also on the lower end of Cottage Street is the 124 Cottage Street restaurant. 124 Cottage Street is the realization of Bruce and Patti LaMott's dream. Pat, 124 Cottage Street is the culmination of a dream that you and Bruce had. Tell me how you got involved in the restaurant business.
I think we were both born wanting to run a restaurant or own a restaurant, and 5 years ago this house came for sale and we decided to buy it, and we redecorated the whole inside, and we didn't want a real restaurant-y type atmosphere. We wanted it more like small dining rooms, like in your own home. And then this year we built the porch on, and it's our dream come true.
You and Bruce have come to a nice division of labor in how you manage the restaurant. Tell me about that.
Yes, he does all the sauces and cooking in the kitchen, and I'm in charge of the salad bar, and I love salads. So our salad bar has everything you could possibly imagine on it. We have all the typical fresh vegetables and greens and 3 kinds of cheeses, walnuts, almonds, raisins, chocolate chips, 45 items. And then we have a bread buffet that goes with it. And every day I get up and bake 4 or 5 different kind of homemade breads and muffins. And with those comes homemade strawberry jam, which I make, and homemade honey butter, which is whipped honey and butter, and it's just really good on the homemade breads.
So you do a lot of the pastry kind of thing?
Right, I do most of it, and the desserts also.
Pat, tell me the significance of those wonderful smells coming from the kitchen.
Our menu is really unique. You can come in and just have salad bar, or we have soup and salad bar combinations, or you can get as extravagant as our Szechuan shrimp, which is excellent. It's a real spicy shrimp dish. And if you love garlic, our scampis are just extraordinary. It's a really good dish. So we have a really wide variety, from light to a really gourmet meal.
And you can get a dinner quite late in the evening. I know I've come in here about 3 minutes of 11. We're close to your 11 o'clock closing and gotten some wonderful ribs and barbecued ribs. And
we're open from 5 until 11, so you can come in late.
Which is very nice for me when I work late. Next stop on our restaurant tour is the Rusty Nail Restaurant, located on Lower Main Street in Bar Harbor. The Rusty Nail is both a bar and a restaurant, and if you want a little country western music, this is the place to stop in. Frank, you and Carol run the Rusty Nail as a husband-wife combination. Tell me a little bit about the restaurant and lounge.
Well, this restaurant we started about 3 years ago, and I don't know just exactly what got us into it, but we've done fairly well at it, I think.
So it's a combination of a restaurant and I notice a lounge here, and you have a takeout service as well.
Yes.
And you divide the labor?
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that, Carol?
Well, he takes care of the bar pretty much, and I take care of the kitchen. It's as simple as that.
That sounds like an equitable arrangement then.
For the most part, yes.
Frank, your hat says the Rusty Nail Uglies on it. As a matter of fact, so does your T-shirt. What's that stand for?
This, my softball team. We were in the, I was in the ugliest bartender contest in Maine this spring.
Who won?
Not I. I came in 3rd in the state. Bar and Caribou won it. But it was for MS and...
multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, and we did a very good job, I think. We raised quite a lot of money for them.
What kind of food are you cooking in the kitchen this year?
We've made a few changes. We've added Fin and Hattie, which is, you know, not too many people coming into Maine probably have ever heard of it, but it's a delicious smoked haddock dish that's served with an egg sauce. And we've added corned hake.
I understand you're pretty handy with a filleting knife, Frank.
Well, not too bad. I fillet all my own fish. I get down to the waterfront and get them and bring them back and fillet them all here, and everything is fresh right off the boat.
Thank you for joining me today on the Dining Out Show. I hope you'll join me again when I visit more restaurants on Mount Desert Island. This is Ann Napier, hoping that your every meal is a delight.
Bubba's, the most unique restaurant and bar. Enjoy Bar Harbor's best burgers, fries, onion rings, soup, salads, and smoked specialties, or drop by for a drink. Bubba's offers a wide selection of imported and domestic beers and ales, as well as many other interesting cocktails. Bubba's, where you can enjoy the food and atmosphere and appreciate the uniqueness of the handcrafted wood decor. Bubba's, 30 Cottage Street in Bar Harbor, open 7 days from 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. Food served from 11:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., except Sundays. Bubba's, the most unique restaurant and bar. Enjoy Bar Harbor's best burgers, fries, onion rings, soup, salads, and smoked specialties, or drop by for a drink. Bubba's offers a wide selection of imported and domestic beers and ales, as well as many other interesting cocktails. Bubba's, where you can enjoy the food and atmosphere and appreciate the uniqueness of the handcrafted wood decor. Bubba's, 30 Cottage Street in Bar Harbor, open 7 days from 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. Food served from 11:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., except Sundays. Days from 11:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. Food served from 11:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., except Sundays.
Restaurant and Lobster Pound, Route 3, Salisbury Cove, just 4 short miles from downtown Bar Harbor. A family restaurant with great food at reasonable prices. Pick your own lobster from Pete's Life Lobster Tank, or enjoy any of Pete's other specialties. including tenderloin tips, spicy crab meat au gratin, or delicious baked stuffed haddock. Don't forget, Pete's has incredible breakfast specials, too. That's Pete's Restaurant and Lobster Pound, Route 3, Salisbury Cove, Maine. Just 4 short miles from downtown Bar Harbor.
That schooner in the background is the good ship Victory Chimes from Castine, Maine, commanded by Captain Frederick Guile. And Norma, I want to thank you for that excellent golf report.
And Les, yours was pretty good too.
And now Kathy's going to go down to the College of the Atlantic and interview Mr. Paul Gilbert about the upcoming Noel Paul Stuckey concert, which will be a benefit on July 10th.
Paul, could you give me some background information on Noel Paul Stuckey and the Body Works Band?
Well, Kathy, I'd be glad to. Noel's a personal friend of mine, and he lives over in Blue Hill, Maine, which you might know. I guess he's been performing with the Peter, Paul, and Mary band for about 20 years. About 10 years ago, he made a change in his life that he expresses now as a Christian commitment. And he has formed a band, and when he travels around the United States performing mostly at the college level, and this band reflects a musical direction that's a little bit different than Peter, Paul, and Mary. His music has as much humor and certainly has the same folk ingredients as Peter, Paul, and Mary. But it reflects a Christian commitment and an expression of love and concern for our fellows. And the Body Works Band consists of a keyboard person, a female vocalist, 2 guitarists, and a bass player. They performed for Billy Graham as an opener last year in the Boston Crusade. They performed at local colleges in Maine and also throughout the United States. This year, for the first time, he's doing a concert tour in the state of Maine. He's never done that with the Body Works Band. And there are several dates in our area, and I'm pleased to have been involved in planning for the one here on Mount Desert Island. The music has a Christian flavor, but it involves the same kind of sing-along and audience participation that I think he's been famous for. Noel has a very wry sense of humor, and he has a great sense of being able to relate to the audience in a way that makes everyone feel good about the evening's entertainment. So we feel especially pleased that he has this date reserved for us on the island. And it's a joint undertaking, really, with the College of the Atlantic and the Island Council of Churches, which is a fellowship of all of the churches on the island here. And we have undertaken many projects over the years. The objective is to not only remain in fellowship with all the churches on the island, but to undertake projects that overarch the boundaries of various towns and the limitations in order to minister to human need on the island. And so it is a benefit both for the Island Council of Churches and for the College of the Atlantic.
What is the date and the time of the concert?
Certainly. Our concert is scheduled for July 10th. That's Sunday night, and the performance will begin at 8 o'clock. The location will be the Mount Desert Island High School Auditorium. This seats about 400 people, and it's probably the most modern and comfortable auditorium facility on the island. The ticket price will be $7 for adults and $5 for 18 and under and for senior citizens.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Kathy. That was an excellent interview.
You're welcome.
I hope everybody shows up for that concert. Paul Stuckey used to play for Peter, Paul, and Mary, if you remember. And now we have Eric Hartman waiting on the tennis court of the Atlantic Oaks to give us a tennis report. And before we do that, we're going to hear from our sponsors out there so we can pay the bills. And then after Eric's tennis report, we're going to tell you what's happening in the world of entertainment on Mount Desert Island. Aren't we, Kathy?
We sure are, Jefferson.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, this is Eric Hartman for the Island Tennis Update Report. There's not much for tennis tournaments going on in the area until July 22nd, 23rd, 24th. The New England Lawn Tennis Sanctioned Tournament at the Bar Harbor Club. For further information on that, you can call the Bar Harbor Club at 288-3301. For public use courts on the island, we have the Atlantic Oaks Hotel, has 4 hard courts. They're available to anyone in the public, and you can stop at the Atlantic Oaks, or you can call them for reservations and information. The Claremont Hotel in Southwest Harbor has a clay court available for the public. You may call them for reservations and information, and those are reserved 1 day in advance. In Northeast Harbor, at the pier, there are 2 hard courts available for public use. Again, you may call them at the Mount Desert Island information and reserve a court. And that's it for tennis here on Mount Desert Island. And back to you, Jeff and Kathy.
The Jordan Pond House, located on the Park Loop Road in Acadia National Park, is open daily for lunch from 12 to 2:30 p.m. and from 2:30 to 5 p.m. for their famous tea and popovers. Enjoy tea service in the Old English style with popovers or homemade ice cream. A view unsurpassed and elegance unforgettable. The Jordan Pond House on the shores of Jordan Pond on the Park Loop Road in Acadia National Park. As you come up Main Street from the Municipal Pier, you'll find the West End Drug, your Rexall store in Bar Harbor, a complete professional pharmacy department with a pharmacist always on duty to help you. It's the West End Drug, Main Street in Bar Harbor. Hungry? Thirsty? Pop in and enjoy a sandwich or a soda at the soda fountain. West End Drug also carries a complete line of suntan lotions, Kodak films, and a wide selection of cosmetics and colognes. So remember, on Main Street in Bar Harbor, at the top of the hill on the right, it's the West End Drug, your Rexall store.